Deciding vote on a massive spending bill in the Senate that encourages clean energy and reduces prescription drug costs.
This is a great day. And since the day we first took office, the president and I and our administration has been focused on lowering the costs for American families through a variety of means.
CBS's Skylar Henry is in Washington.
After the legislation won Senate approval, the president tweeted that he ran to make government work for working families again, adding that's what this bill does. Republicans who gave the bill no support in the Senate are describing it as a package of tax hikes and unnecessary spending that could worsen inflation and hurt the economy.
President Biden makes his first post-COVID road trip with a visit to flood-devastated eastern Kentucky today. Ron Meharry lives in the flood zone.
It's not going to surprise me in the least that the next heavy rain will have water in the basement again because there's just nowhere for it to go.
And there is more heavy rain in the forecast for Appalachia this week. The Muslim community is on edge in Albuquerque, where 4 Muslim men have been murdered in separate incidents. Police believe they may be dealing with a serial killer. 3 of the victims worshipped at Ahmed Assad's Islamic Center of New Mexico.
Just an emotional roller coaster in trying to make sense of these horrific and heinous crimes.
The last shooting was Friday night during a funeral for 2 other victims. Police in Atlanta are looking for a suspect or suspects in a deadly shooting during a ball game at a local park. Deputy Chief of Police Charles Hampton.
We have a male in his 30s that was transported to Grady Hospital. He is now deceased. We also have a 6-year-old child that was also injured.
Little girl is in critical condition. A total of 6 people were wounded. After 3 days of fighting, a ceasefire seems to be holding in the Middle East. CBS's Linda Gradstein from Jerusalem.
Israel launched dozens of airstrikes on Gaza, and Islamic Jihad fired more than 1,000 missiles at Israel over 3 days. Former head of military intelligence Tamir Hyman says Israel hit Islamic Jihad hard and killed 2 senior commanders.
A huge tactical success.
Islamic Jihad said some 40 people were killed, including children. Israel says most of the children died from Islamic Jihad rockets that fell short.
With food prices so high, who can afford to pay more to have groceries delivered? Consulting firm Chase Design says the number of U.S. shoppers using companies like DoorDash and Amazon Fresh has fallen by half from pandemic highs. S&P futures are up 22. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you have to drive 300 miles to your cousin's wedding. Okay, so it's his 4th. But you know what they say, 4th time's the charm. Well, here's the problem. Your tires are as bald as I am. But lucky for you, eBay Motors has tires for just about every make and model. Plus wheels, lug nuts, jack stands, and more. 122 million parts. Do they have tissues? Oh, good, because I'm definitely a crier. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
5X480. Dayton B100 V-Belt, one of the many parts Grainger carries. It's also the item that helped Rob carry the day. The job was on hold, deadline fast approaching, but a quick search on Grainger.com and Rob found his part. And with same-day pickup at his local branch, he and his crew got the job done, safely and on time. Get supplies and solutions for every industry with real-time product availability. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
An old favorite is returning to the cereal aisle.
General Mills has brought back Frankenberry, Count Chocula, and Boo Berry for the Halloween season for years. But it's been a long time since they brought Fruit Brute back.
New Fruit Brute has fruit-flavored sweeties for the howling good taste of fruit.
The Fruity Monster cereal was first introduced in 1974 and became an even bigger cult favorite after some screen time in 2 Quentin Tarantino movies, Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. It's considered by many collectors to be the most sought-after vintage cereal ever. For the first time in more than a decade, it's back for a limited time. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Turns out McDonald's fans are about more than just burgers.
Hand washed 3 times. A fresh gourmet blend of greens is tossed daily.
Wall Street Journal says customers are demanding franchises that haven't brought back salads like crispy chicken and bacon ranch. Do it now. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Hand wash.
Imagine everything you need in one place, all within reach at your fingertips. Welcome to your Appy Place. The all-new Staples Connect app, where you can save money with just a tap. Exclusive app-only savings and all your rewards in one place. No searching, just saving. Now, download the Staples Connect app and get $10 off your next $50 in-store purchase. Download the Staples Connect app today and find your happy place. Offer ends 12/31 in-store only. See app for full offer details.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Feel like you're on a never-ending treadmill, staying in one place and never getting ahead with those minimum payments? You feel like there's no way out? Get off the endless debt treadmill and start saving money each month. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. The program at Total Financial Freedom can help you get debt-free in months instead of decades. Call Total Financial now at 800-208-1312. 800-208-1312.
Looking to buy a home? Look to the mortgage professionals at U.S. Bank. Amy Stafford, mortgage lender for the Barron County market, knows buying a home can be a scary process. She has the experience to help you decide how much home you can afford, whether a conventional fixed or adjustable rate loan or FHA or VA may fit your situation. Call Amy at 659-3200. She'll take the time necessary to answer all of your questions. You'll feel good about choosing U.S. Bank to partner with in purchasing your first or your next home. U.S. Bank, member FDIC. Let's get this machine rolling here this morning's show. It's Monday morning. It is 70 degrees. You're on Good Morning Live from WCLU Radio. And we've got the forecast with rain in it. We've had some rain over the weekend. We'll talk about that in a minute. But as is our tradition, we share birthdays. Boy, everybody's up in a good mood. I've talked to so many nice folks already this morning, which is how I've learned the likes of Madeline Hale having a birthday today. Shara Page celebrates today, too. We have the birthday of Cindy Hagan. Miss Betty Jo Myers celebrates a birthday today. It is Chloe Furlong. Now, we understand that Chloe is 19 for today. Let's say happy birthday for a big birthday going out to Joan Hudspeth, who is celebrating. Ashley Wyatt celebrates. At the bottom of the hour, we're going to sound the 50 gong for Miss Erica Browning Nesbitt. Happy 50th birthday to Erica Browning Nesbitt today. Carter Field had a birthday yesterday. Carter turned 3, and Emma Kate Field had a birthday yesterday. She turned 14. Also today we have Bo Black, Melissa Ward Williams, Macy McDaniel. Mimi and Pa are up early to wish Macy McDaniel a happy 15th birthday today. Jason Edwards has a big birthday today, too. And we've got the 7th anniversary, number 7 today for Tommy and Kayla Branham. Congratulations to the Branham. 651-9149, 800-956-1023, and online here from WCLUradio.com. Now let's talk about the weather forecast for today. Let me tell you, we got 86 hundredths of an inch of rain as it blew through here yesterday afternoon. And if you look at the areas around us, wasn't that much rain in some of the counties that are adjacent to Barron County, but it really opened up on us yesterday afternoon. Today, a 30% chance of an afternoon shower, high of 90, but the heat index is going to feel like 101 today. Just plan for it. 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms tonight, partly cloudy, low of 71. 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday, and a high of 87. Tuesday night, showers, thunderstorms likely, low of 70. And Wednesday, showers, maybe a thunder shower, high of 82. If you want to play the numbers, Wednesday, 90% is the rain chance. But, that still depends on what cloud you're under. Yesterday, as I said, if you're under the right cloud here in Barron County, you got 86 hundredths of an inch of rain. That's what fell in the bucket. I think some of it blew across the top of the bucket and didn't make it in with some of these high winds. We got a couple of 40-mile-an-hour gusts, I noticed, yesterday when it blew through. Southeast winds this morning at 3 miles an hour. 100% humidity. Pressure is up, though, 3011. 70 degrees. Live and local. Good morning is with you on WCLU 610. Brendan Crane in the newsroom. The live and local 6 o'clock morning edition as we move forward.
Have you heard about the new online home for the Glasgow EPB? Well, it isn't just a new-looking website. It's a whole new way to manage your Glasgow EPB services. At the all-new GlasgowEPB.com, you can take care of paying your bill online like always, but you can also request or transfer your Glasgow EPB services, access customer support guides, easily sign up for GEPB alerts, and learn about all available products and programs. So check it out today, GlasgowEPB.com.
Well, let's see. I just learned about another birthday, and I've got another one coming in on the telephone right there. Hang on, I'll be right with you. But today I got to tell you that Ann Steenbergen is having a birthday. A very nice gal, Miss Ann Steenbergen. Happy birthday to you, Ann.
Picture another world, another dimension, one of space, one of time, one where chicken on made-from-scratch biscuits only costs $1. This place exists, and it's called the Hardee's app. So when you buy one hand-breaded chicken biscuit, you get another for just $1. Cluckbait. It's time to fall for some cluckbait. Bite into the hand-breaded chicken menu only at Hardee's. Feed your happy. Available for limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating restaurants, exclusively in the Hardee's app or website by registered My Rewards members. Tax not included. See app or website for additional terms and conditions.
Hurt Auto Sales, 621 West Main Street, one of the hottest places this summer because of the fact we are moving vehicles at hot prices every day.
We just got in a 2015 Kia Soul, 30 mile per gallon, fire engine red, only $15,900.
Sounds hot for sure.
A 2015 Nissan Frontier, crew cab, four-wheel drive, good-looking truck, $14,900.
Whether they're getting ready to go back to school or getting ready to go to work or start their own business, this truck will do it.
Got a 2011 Honda Pilot, four-wheel drive, third row seat, touring edition, local trade, only $11,900.
That's the top of the line, too.
It most certainly is. Got a 2007 Buick Lucerne, four-door sedan, leather interior, priced for only $6,900.
You can feel good buying the vehicle from Hurt Auto Sales.
We've got lots more to choose from. Come on by and check us out.
That's right, 621 West Main Street, the hot spot on West Main Street, with the red light there in the front window that says,
"No pain when you trade with Hurt."
Got another birthday here to get on before we get into the local news. It is Jacob Ford. Hey, happy birthday and good morning to Jacob Ford today.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Well, good morning. It's Monday, August 8th, 2022. We're at 612 currently and 70 degrees. Quite pleasant out there, and the skies really look clear today. Looks like we are going to have a cool down on the end of the week, which is positive news considering last week we had some pretty scorcher days there. But nonetheless, looks like we are going to continue on toward that downward stretch. Keep that in mind, really more like some fall temperatures as we head toward the end of the week. Well, tonight is the night that the Glasgow City Council will be meeting. They do have a rather short agenda today, and that is some standard things. They are going to be looking over a few things. That includes unfinished business of a second reading of an ordinance, and that ordinance is amending a Glasgow zoning ordinance. What does that mean? Well, they're going to rezone some property there. It's about 300 feet south of the Pebble Drive and Lexington Drive intersection and 460 feet north of the Robert Bishop and Lexington Drive intersection. Now, it contains about 15.6 acres, more or less, and they are going to be taking that from low-density residential, and they are going to be voting to change that to a medium-density residential district. Now, of course, the City Council approves these redistrictings quite often, and this is on the second reading, so if it does pass this evening, that portion of property there will be redistricted. Under new business on the council's agenda, a resolution authorizing the city to dispose of surplus equipment. That's also on there, and that's from the Parks and Recreation Department. They've determined that some things there are surplus, and that really completes the agenda. As far as announcements go, there are some things to be aware of. First, remember the Glasgow Regional Landfill. It's going to be closed this coming Saturday. That's due to road improvements and asphalt paving, so they will not have that roadway open to the landfill this coming Saturday. That's August 13th. And they also want to remind everyone to be preparing for the Household Hazardous Waste Collection and Free Shredder Day. That's happening Saturday, August 27th. So that's happening a few weeks from now, but keep that in mind. They are going to be hosting that at Beaver Trail Park, and that's from 9 until noon on that Saturday. A listing of all of those acceptable and unacceptable items that can be found on the city's website and Facebook page. And, of course, that completes the entire agenda. Now, we understand, too, that this meeting, it is going to begin at 7 o'clock like they always do on the second and fourth Monday of each month. But this one's going to be conducted via video teleconference. That primary location, it'll be at Glasgow City Hall, but most council members are likely going to be joining on this video teleconference in order to help, since it is a short agenda, we imagine, to not have to go to City Hall. Despite numerous challenges, Eastern Kentucky schools and advocacy groups are working to make the upcoming school year as normal as possible and get kids back on the right track in the classroom. More from Nadia Ramlagan.
Kentucky State Director for Save the Children, Alyssa Taylor, says school districts in the region have delayed the start of the academic year and are working to approve a new start date. She says schools are the focal point of many counties in eastern Kentucky and adds that with some buildings destroyed, community hubs have disappeared too. She says her staff is working to ensure teachers have supplies.
And not only the structural rebuilds of schools and classrooms, but all of the materials that have accumulated over the years and teachers have poured their hard-earned money into to make a fun and engaging environment for kids.
The flooding has killed at least 37 people. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden are expected to visit communities in the region today, along with Governor Andy Beshear. Nadia Ramlagan reporting.
Thank you, Nadia. And on that note, the President and First Lady, they are expected to depart Dover Air Force Base en route to Lexington this morning about 9 o'clock, and they are going to be arriving in Lexington just before 11. Then they will be traveling to Chavis, Kentucky, and that's where they're going to be helping survey damage. And as Nadia just said, with the governor, they're also going to be looking at some different damage and then helping as far as looking with the residents and all of that sort of thing. They are expected to finally depart Kentucky and head back to the White House about 5:30 this afternoon. Well, in another local meeting today, the Glasgow Independent School Board is going to be meeting. It is their regular scheduled meeting tonight. And, of course, that is a little bit soon, if you will, or right here frequent, as they've had a few meetings in the past few weeks due to the fact that they just recently hired a new superintendent. On their agenda this evening, several different things, including that public comment line item, which is a new feature of school boards across the state. Of course, the Kentucky State Legislature passing a bill that now requires 15 minutes of allotted time for school boards to allow public comment, regardless if someone's on the agenda or not. That is there for someone to speak at a school board meeting, and that's 15 minutes of that time. South Green Elementary School, they will be updating the construction on that. Of course, that construction project is ongoing. They'll also be looking at some standard items like the superintendent notification of personnel actions, and they'll be looking at some other standard things. You can find all of that agenda at ksb.org, and you can find all of the things that are on this agenda, looking at what they are going to be discussing. And the last thing they have on the agenda tonight under their action items will be to ratify the superintendent contract for Dr. Chad Mullenkamp. So that is the most recent up-to-date information from the Glasgow School Board. That meeting is going to be held at the central office this evening, and that begins at 6 o'clock. On this morning's 911 activity report, there's one incident that happened yesterday. It was an accident with injury at 1635 Park City Bon Air Road. That happened at 2:56 in the afternoon. Looks like Barron Metcalf EMS responded to that. Rest of the weekend looks like a clear report. 618, 70 degrees. You're listening to WCLU.
Get glowing for your wedding day and have picture-perfect skin with the help of the experts at R Plus Med Spa. They prioritize a tailored approach, starting with a complimentary bridal consultation to share any skin concerns you have as you prepare for your big day. This is also perfect for the mother of the bride, the groom, and your bridal party. R Plus Med Spa, 210 Shane Drive in Glasgow. Call 270-651-4SPA and schedule your complimentary bridal consultation today.
This is Melissa Carey, the new Vice President with the People's Bank. With life, we are met with daily challenges. Some are easy, while others may be more challenging. No matter the change, we at the People's Bank understand and want to help you. If you are looking for a change in banking, look no further. The People's Bank are experienced bankers ready to meet you with all of your financial needs. I look forward to serving my community. We are working for you. The People's Bank, working for you, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I already had my associate degree, but I always knew that I wanted to earn my bachelor's. Indiana Tech made it possible, even while I was working a full-time job.
Indiana Tech has quality, affordable degree programs to advance your career and the personalized support that helps you succeed. We have in-demand programs in areas like business, healthcare, information technology, cybersecurity, engineering, criminal justice, and many more.
The online classes were great, and the professors were always there to help. And the connections I made along the way still influence and inspire me in my daily work. I'd tell anyone thinking about college to enroll at Indiana Tech today. I'm so glad I made the choice, and I'll be back to earn my master's too.
Take the next step towards your bright future. Learn more today how Indiana Tech helps busy working adults advance their careers at online.indianatech.edu.
Registration for the next class session ends August 19th.
Welcome back into WCLU News on this Monday, August 8th, 6:21 now and 70 degrees. Again, pleasant, very fair out there. Humidity at 99% this morning. Winds are calm. Visibility as much as you can see, 10 miles straight ahead. Today, a 30% chance of showers in the forecast. That's mainly this afternoon. Sunny and a high near 88 degrees. Tonight, a 30% chance of showers, a low around 72. And Tuesday, that chance of showers picks back up, about an 80% chance. Looks like that will linger through tomorrow evening as well. But look at this. Through the rest of the week, maybe a small chance of showers on Wednesday, but we are looking really toward that weekend already. It looks like toward the end of the week, Thursday through Saturday, looks like temperatures aren't really going to hover above 85 degrees. So that's a little bit more pleasant compared to what we've had recently. Lott Aluminum Materials USA plans an aluminum foil manufacturing operation to serve the electric vehicle battery industry in Kentucky, and it's expected to create 122 full-time jobs. The governor's office says the company is investing $238.7 million in the plant in Hardin County. Lott Chemical announced a joint venture with Lott Aluminum to produce 36,000 tons of cathode foil used in electric vehicle batteries. Bashir's office says the plant will be the company's first aluminum foil facility in the U.S., and it's expected to begin operation in 2025. Dolly Parton is keeping a promise to visit West Virginia. Parton is scheduled to appear at the Clay Center for the Arts and Sciences in Charleston Tuesday to celebrate the state's full participation in her Imagination Library. Now, the State Department of Education says Parton indicated she would visit the state once all 55 counties were active in the book gifting program. That program provides a book each month to enrolled preschool children at no cost to their families, and Parton's appearance at the private event, it'll be broadcast live on West Virginia's public broadcasting. And today, a group of girls are going to be getting a treat here in Barron County. It's called Empowering Female Athletes, and that's going to be going on here at the Barron County Innovation Zone today from 9 to 2 there on Trojan Trail. It's the 50th anniversary of the passage of Title IX, and it's going to include a day full of leadership talks and fundamental skill development. We understand from a news flyer that they are going to be looking over volleyball, cheer, softball, soccer, basketball, tennis, dance, and running, and they'll also be going through some mental health and personal branding. They'll have a keynote speaker and have several different things going all the way through the afternoon. It looks like the Glasgow Scotties, Barron County Trojanettes, and also the Caverna Colonels are going to be involved in that, and local leaders Micah Pence and Risa Gardner will be heading off on that in that initiative. So it looks like it will be an exciting time. We'll be providing some coverage of that for you and let you know what goes on there. It is 6:24 and 70 degrees. Have a great Monday.
Catch Brendan Crane's local news coverage weekdays exclusively on WCLU Radio. Good Morning Live at WCLUradio.com and Facebook.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Today, President Biden and the First Lady will be traveling to eastern Kentucky to survey the flood recovery situation and to visit families affected directly. Governor Beshear will be with the president surveying the efforts at a FEMA State Recovery Center.
While we have thousands that lost their home, that we need to stabilize, steady progress is being made, and real significant progress, especially over the last 8 days.
The Kentucky State Police and Hazard continue to search for 2 Breathitt County women missing since the eastern Kentucky flooding took place. KSP has confirmed 60-year-old Vanessa Baker and 29-year-old Nancy Cundiff were last seen at their residences in Lost Creek. Baker is a white female, 5'7", around 215 pounds. Cundiff is a white female, 5'1", about 280 pounds. Anyone with information is asked to call the Hazard Post at 606-435-6069. Democratic Senate hopeful Charles Booker says inflation just isn't a U.S. concern.
Costs have been rising across the world, and so we need leadership to respond and make the investments so that we can support local economies and get back on our feet. And people are tired of the BS.
Appearing on WKYT's Kentucky Newsmakers, the man challenging Senator Rand Paul in November says people of the Bluegrass State are standing with him because they want someone to fight for quality health care and utilities they can afford. AAA is reporting the average cost for a gallon of regular gasoline in Kentucky is now at $3.67, where the national price is at $4.06. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Running your businesses on NetSuite is like trying to sink a putt with a cap pulled over your eyes. NetSuite by Oracle is the #1 cloud financial system, giving you visibility and control of your financials, inventory, budgeting, and more, all in one place. 93% of surveyed businesses increased their visibility and control after upgrading to NetSuite. Over 31,000 businesses already use NetSuite. NetSuite has a special financing program for those ready to upgrade at netsuite.com/markets. netsuite.com/markets.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
In my family, I'm the planner. From the weekly grocery list to the family vacation, everything, all the details. Though planning for the end was something I left off my list. Then a friend told me about South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow. She said even though it wasn't on her to-do list, seeing them was one of the best planning decisions she'd ever made. South Central Kentucky Monuments showed her the different options they have available, even an image of the finished monument. And since South Central Kentucky Monuments does all the stone carving in-house, it cost much less than she expected. They made the process easy to create the exact memorial she wanted. So my husband and I made a plan to see them. We are so happy with our decision. We encouraged our family and friends to do the same. It'll be the best planning decision you ever make.
Buy direct and save money at South Central Kentucky Monuments at the corner of East Front Street and Columbia Avenue. Family owned in Glasgow since 2010.
When we lost Frank, we lost a good friend. Father, husband, colleague, and coach. He meant a lot to all of us.
Today, we had a chance to tell him that.
When someone close to you passes on, you want to commemorate their life in a special way. That's why individual requests are such an important part of our funeral services. We strive to meet your specific needs for the most fitting service for your loved ones. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, a celebration of love.
You're listening to WCLU Local News. It is 70 degrees at 6:28. In area funeral announcements this hour, Charles Eric Cornelius, age 44, of Adolphus, died Saturday at Allen County Medical Center. A Jefferson County native, he was the son of the late Charles Franklin Cornelius and Teresa Diane Hoffman Cornelius. He was formerly a forklift operator for Logan Aluminum. Survivors include 3 children, Kaylee Rohrer, Kyle Rohrer, and Alexander Rohrer. One brother, Christopher Scott Cornelius. One half-sister, Carolyn Suzanne Neal. The family of Charles Eric Cornelius chose cremation, with a private service to be held at a later date. Arrangements entrusted to the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Lovell Richardson, age 86, of Louisville, formerly of Hardeeville, died Thursday. He was a member of the Okolona Church of Christ and retired after 42 years from Ford Motor Company in Louisville. He loved a tractor pull and talking old tractors, cars, and UK basketball. He is survived by 3 children, Mary Suzanne Laring of Bowling Green, Anita Carol Fuqua of Louisville, and Lee Ellen Vise of Louisville. 8 grandchildren, Erica Donahue, Jenna Malcolm, Kent Laring, Jacob Fuqua, Micah Rogers, Haley Palmer, and Trey and Jackson Vise. And 5 great-grandchildren, along with 2 brothers-in-law, Bill and Barry Craddock, and a sister-in-law, Carol Faye Taylor. The service for Lovell Richardson will be at the Wynn Funeral Home at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Burial to follow in the Horse Cave Municipal Cemetery. Visitation will be today from 4 until 8 and after 9 until the funeral hour on Tuesday. Evelyn R. Bailey, age 93, of Park City, died Thursday at the Green Hill Rehab and Care in Greensburg. Evelyn retired from Park City State Bank, South Central Bank, after 40 years of service. She was a member of the Smiths Grove Baptist Church, Rocky Hill Eastern Star, and the Barron County Homemakers. She is survived by her son, Joseph C. Bailey of Park City, 2 grandsons, Benjamin C. Bailey of Houston and Nathan Tyler Bailey of Glasgow, 1 brother, Ernest Reynolds of Richmond, Virginia, sister-in-law, Barbara Jean Bailey of Bowling Green, 3 nieces, Janet Madison, Kim Couch, and Myra Harrison, and 1 great-niece, Megan Bailey Comar. Graveside services for Evelyn R. Bailey will be held at 11 o'clock Tuesday at the Evergreen Cemetery in Park City. Visitation is today from 2 until 7 and after 9 Tuesday at the Patton Funeral Home's Park City Chapel. Memorial contributions can be made to the Smiths Grove Baptist Church. Jody Lee Wilson, age 73, of Bowling Green, died on Friday at Hospice House. He was a member of the Oakland Baptist Church. Jody loved to hunt and to fish with his grandchildren and watch them play ball. He was a hard-working farmer that took great pride in his tobacco crops. He loved helping others in need. He is survived by his wife of 55 years, Nancy Wilson, his sons, Eric and Patrick Wilson, grandchildren, Erica Vincent, Chaz, and Bentley Wilson, his great-granddaughter, Aria Vincent. The funeral service for Jody Lee Wilson will be at 2 Tuesday at the Hardy & Son Funeral Home, Bowling Green Chapel. Burial in the Smiths Grove Cemetery. Visitation begins at 9:30 on Tuesday at the funeral home. The family request donations be made to Hospice of Southern Kentucky. Debbie Pretty, age 66, of Munfordville, died Saturday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. She was a member of the Pleasant Hill Baptist Church. Debbie is survived by her husband, Hank Pretty, a daughter, Melissa Pretty, 2 brothers, Paul Miller and Ernest Miller, a sister, Lillian Riggs, 2 grandchildren, Brandon Eggerman and Jade Ferguson, and 1 great-grandchild, Phyllis Barr. The service for Debbie Pretty will be held at 1 o'clock tomorrow at the Seago Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Pleasant Hill Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 4 p.m. at the Seago Funeral Home. Funeral services for Cecil Joey Garman of Carthage, Tennessee, formerly of Summer's Shade, will be this afternoon at 1 o'clock at the Goodson Chapel Methodist Church. Burial will follow in the Summer's Shade Cemetery. Visitation begins this morning at 9 with the McMurtry Funeral Home in charge. Service for Joe Winlock, age 90, of Glasgow, will be held today at 2 at the funeral service for Joe Winlock, age 90, of Glasgow, will be held at 2 o'clock tomorrow at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home with entombment at the Heistville Cemetery. Visitation begins at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Donations can be made to Brawa or to the Heistville Baptist Church. Funeral Mass for Martha Durbin, 85, of Sunfish, will be at 10 o'clock Tuesday at the St. John the Evangelist Catholic Church. Burial to follow in the church cemetery. Visitation takes place at 2 o'clock today at the Grayville Funeral Home. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free at WCLUradio.com and on the WCLU app. No login is necessary. Important to know you can send unique designs at a price you can afford when you send a design created by Jeff's Country Florist. And if you can't seem to find that one-of-a-kind unique gift, then come see us at Jeff's Country Florist. These great designs and gifts are available for local delivery or in-store pickup. Stop by and browse our showroom at 4911 Scottsville Road in Glasgow. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 till 5, Saturdays, 9 till noon. Let's talk. 270-678-3575. There's only one Jeff's Country Florist.
For over 25 years, Window World has provided quality products for homeowners around the country. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they will never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable composite frame that will never rot. When it comes time to replace your windows or doors, trust Window World. Call 270-780-9600.
Simply the best for less. Window World.
70 degrees. Good morning live from WCLU. Let's turn to local sports. A big weekend. The tradition of the Weldon Tennis Tournament continues, and the director of the Weldon Tennis Tournament, chairman of the committee that makes it happen, and a busy guy, certainly this weekend, Terry Bunnell is with us live this morning to give us a wrap-up of the weekend. Good morning, Terry.
Morning, Henry. Thanks for having us on this morning.
We're excited to hear how the tournament went, and I know it was a good competitive weekend for sure.
It was. We were very fortunate to have great competition this weekend, and the temperature was hot out, and the play was equally as hot. Just an exciting time for the 94th WA Weldon Tennis Tournament. This year's singles champion, it was Jax Lancaster from Bowling Green. Jax will be going to Ball State in the fall, and I know he's really excited about that. Just a great competition. Jax, he's worked really hard on his tennis game. This is the second time that Jax had played in the Weldon. He played in the Weldon about 4 years ago. Yeah, it was 4 years ago. And didn't advance very far that year, but his game has improved quite a bit. Jack's grown up quite a bit. He's really worked on his tennis play, and obviously was rewarded Sunday afternoon by hosting the trophy, and just an all-around good player and nice guy as well.
Sounds like a great event indeed, and sounds like it's pretty fun to be involved in the tournament. See a fellow advance his game to the point that he can win the whole thing just in a few years.
Yeah, it is, Henry. That's the really fun thing about tennis. Jack's has been playing for a number of years as a junior, and just kept developing, playing more tournaments, doing more training. And what's an interesting story, I guess the side story on this, is that Jack's brother, Brandon Lancaster, won the tournament a number of years ago. About 4 years ago, his brother, Brandon, won. So a little bit of talent, tennis talent in that family.
Caught up with him, hadn't it?
Yes. And then the runner-up to the tournament was a first-year player with us, Xavier Karma. Xavier is from Louisville, plays at Bellarmine. He'll be a sophomore at Bellarmine. Played really well. Nice guy as well, but his first time being in the Weldon, he had a great time, and we look forward to him coming back in the future.
Okay. Keep it going with your results.
Yeah, then on the doubles, we'd like to talk about the Jim Moody doubles class. We'd like to talk about that play, and it was just outstanding as well. We had to take that finals indoors yesterday afternoon. The weather came up, and so we were very fortunate to be able to go indoors there at the Michael Buchanan facility. Our doubles winner, Jack and his partner, Zach White. Zach is from Lexington, had been playing at Georgetown College, and now Zach is going to be at Eastern Kentucky University in the fall. But Zach and Jax were the winners of that Jim Moody's doubles class. A really good match. Doubles, a lot of fun to watch them play. They know how to hit the ball, Henry.
Well, I remember well how much Jim Moody enjoyed being involved in and watching. He understood the competitiveness of tennis for sure, and it's still an honor to this day that you guys renamed that doubles competition in Jim's honor for sure.
Well, we'd like to do that. The runner-up in that was Jose Legaruda and Zachary Quo. Both Jose and Zachary were first-time Weldon players this year. Zachary is from Elizabethtown, and Jose is in Louisville. Both of those players played at Bellarmine and just had a fantastic match in that. And so we look forward to those two players coming back as well.
Excellent indeed. I know you got a lot of people to thank for making the weekend happen for sure.
Well, we can't, you got to do it with the sponsors, and that they mean a whole lot to us. But before we get to the sponsors, let me just make a mention about Jack Goodman Sportsmanship Award, because we like to recognize a player who just fun to be around, all-around nice guy, represents tennis well. This year's winner was Jared Toll from University. Well, he's from Georgetown College. And again, just a real nice guy, somebody you want to be around, and somebody that's very helpful, and just a nice representation of the game, like Jack Goodman.
Ironically, I was at an event this weekend where I met a person who used to live in Glasgow and who used to work at Goodman Candy Company, and she used to work with Jack Goodman. And we had a lot of good conversation about, Jack universally thought of as a gentleman, and it was just nice to hear that conversation come back up again as far as sportsmanship goes, for sure.
Well, that's the big thing about tennis. I mean, tennis is a great game, and a lot of people, it's a sportsmanship game, and people, you call your own shots on that, and you got to get along on it sometimes. Maybe those might get a little contested here or there, but they know how to play, and that's the thing about it. That's the fun thing about it.
That's great. That is great.
Yeah, and you mentioned our sponsors. Sponsors mean a lot to the tournament. We couldn't put the tournament on without the sponsors. Our title sponsor this year was TJ Regional Health, been a sponsor in the past, and we appreciate their continual support for the tournament. Other sponsors were Spantec, Gel Printing, the People's Bank, Watts Construction, South Central Bank, Forever Communications, Dr. Barrett Lessenberry, Clark Beverage Group, Zach Express, MegaFit Meals, Computer Data Professionals, SC Hell Construction, Colton Steakhouse, Subway on the Square, Edmonton State Bank, Cook, Downing, and Underwood, Legacy Dairy, South Central Rural Telephone, and Pharmacy Express. And we are very grateful and thankful for the support they gave us this year. Just tremendous help.
We don't want to take those sponsors for granted because they are necessary, and many of those have been on the list for a great number of years to keep the Weldon viable, for sure.
And that's so true, Henry. And people need to realize that companies, individuals, donate back to our community to do what we can do in our community. It takes that type of support to make things happen. So we value them a whole lot. Yeah, very much so.
Well, we really appreciate your involvement with it, too, because I know this tournament doesn't just happen, and it takes a whole lot of effort from a whole lot of folks, and I appreciate you being, again, willing to be the chairman of that, to spearhead that, and the Weldon continues. And, again, we had the conversation Friday about the fact that weren't able to play it in Glasgow because of some of the conditions of the court and things of that nature, but nonetheless, the Weldon committee was not going to be ground to a halt. They came up with a way to do it, and thankful that Bowling Green let us kind of do it this year there.
Sure, Henry, and that is correct. The folks at the Buchanan Park tennis facility did a great job. They have very nice 6 outdoor courts, and then they have 6 indoor courts, and having the indoor courts available, because we had to go inside on Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon.
Right.
So that was a great benefit to keep the tournament running. And knowing that we had a facility that we could play the Weldon this year, because you want to keep the Weldon going. You don't want to have a year where you're not playing, then you lose momentum and players.
Sure.
Then it's hard to get them back, and so you get out of the routine, so to speak, on that. So that's important to play this year. Obviously, looking forward to being back in Glasgow.
Yes.
We want to get back into Glasgow, and because that's our home base, and we just look forward to working on our tennis facility here in Glasgow. It's important that people know. I mean, we spend a lot of time in Glasgow. The players stay in Glasgow. We have meals in Glasgow, and they enjoy coming to Glasgow. So just appreciate, again, all the community support people give to us, and that's what makes the tournament successful and why the players come back, and you get this caliber of play.
Sure.
Henry, because they enjoy the hospitality, they enjoy being around the people of the Weldon Committee, and enjoy the spectators coming out, and it's fun. The spectators interact with them, and that's a special part of the Weldon tournament.
Indeed. Well, Terry, thank you for bringing us up to date, and thank you for your efforts, and it's good to hear that it was a great tournament, and it's good to hear the results. I appreciate you staying on top of it, sir.
Well, Henry, you're welcome on that. And do want to remind everybody on August 23rd and August 25th, we are going to have tennis activities at Goring Park. On the 23rd, we have starting at 6 o'clock is our ladies' night. We'll be doing some drills and some competitive play. And then on Thursday, the 25th, at 6 o'clock, we'll be doing more just drills for everyone in the community. So if you want to come out either of those 2 nights, you don't have to pre-register or anything like that. Just show up and be a part of those activities.
It's good to know that it keeps on going. Terry, thank you so much for your continued hard work, sir. Appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, thank you, Henry. Have a good day.
You too. Terry Bunnell with us live, wrapping up the Weldon this weekend, and certainly it's good to keep history rolling. It's 6:45. We better quickly check out our ag wrap-up.
A prediction on crop yields. Hello, I'm Kellen Havikin with Ag Headline News on Brownfield. Hot and dry weather in some key U.S. growing areas will likely have at least some impact on yields. The USDA's August production update has the first farmer survey-based yield estimates for the growing season, and Dale Dirkholtz, principal at Grain Cycles, says he sees a slight downward shift.
They were using 177 on corn. I think we're going to go down. They were using 51.5 on beans. We're going to see some reduction there, too.
More news is next.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota LO1 series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota LO1 series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
See your local dealer, J&J Sales, on West Main Street in Glasgow.
Mow, dig, haul, lift. The versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor does it all. Switching attachments is simple, and a smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation. The Kubota BX Series, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
See your local dealer, J&J Sales, on West Main Street in Glasgow.
A new bill has been introduced to the U.S. House addressing gridlock throughout the supply chain. South Dakota Republican Congressman Dusty Johnson says the Freight's First Act prioritizes the movements of goods by freight and rail, and says Amtrak currently has a statutory right of track preference over freights.
It's tremendously disruptive.
He says the legislation increases access to ag products. Agronomist says some farmers are overwhelmed by the precision ag space. David Shafford with Yara tells Brownfield farmer fatigue could be limiting farmers' use of technology.
With it's so fractured that, the growers are just kind of at that fatigue state of, well, that sounds good, but I tried this a while back and it didn't work. That's a real thing, and that's something we've got to figure out how to overcome.
And the USDA says the value of U.S. farmland and buildings rose from 2021 to 2022. The average value of farmland was $3,800 per acre, an increase of $420. I'm Kellen Havikin on Brownfield Ag News.
Hello, everyone. This is Joe and Rachel Dotson from Best One Tire in Glasgow.
We wanted to personally thank you for supporting our tire and repair business at 100 Shawn Lane.
Many of our customers come to us for ag and truck tire, but did you know we are capable of serving any size car or pickup?
With over 300 stores behind us, our buying power means we can pass on to you the very best pricing in our area.
We have many tires and tubes in stock, and we can do alignments on just about anything that rolls.
I was raised in Metcalfe County. After being away for a few years, Joe and I brought our family back to the area, and nothing brings us greater pleasure than servicing our neighbors when they are broke down in the field or on the road. We are here for you. We want to help you by taking the stress out of buying your next tires. We will work with any budget, anytime.
Come in and find out why we are the fastest growing tire company in Glasgow. We love this business. We love this town. Pretty soon you will be coming to our new store out on Highway 90 right here in Glasgow.
Best One Tire and Service, creating one raving fan at a time.
And, of course, the Ag Report this morning from Brownfield brought to you by the nice folks out at Best One Tire and also the good folks up at J&J Sales, helping the ag industries around here in South Central Kentucky for sure. I got to get going on some birthdays here because I got a gongaree or two to sound. I got to sound the 50 gong this morning for Erica Browning Nesbitt. Happy 50th birthday to Erica Browning Nesbitt today. Madeline Hale has a birthday. So does Shara Page, Cindy Hagan, Betty Jo Myers. That's Joe's grandmama. Among many other accolades, she's having a birthday today. It's Chloe Furlong's 19th birthday. Ashley Wyatt, Joan Hudspeth. We've got Jacob Ford. Miss Ann Steenbergen has a big birthday today. Jason Edwards, Macy McDaniel. Macy is 15, and Mimi and Pa called up to make sure we had that one. We got Bo Black. We have Melissa Ward Williams with a birthday today. Belatedly from yesterday, Emma Kate Fields turned 14. Carter Fields turned 3. We've got the anniversary today, the 7th anniversary of Tommy and Kayla Branham. 651-9149, 800-956-1023, and online here at WCLUradio.com. And today, by special request, we are patting on the back Erica Browning Nesbitt. She was requested to be Person of the Day. She was nominated. I'm going to read from the nomination form right here that was nominated to make sure that we patted Erica Browning Nesbitt on the back. Says here that she is such a caring person, having worked in education for 27 years, and is so loved by her many students. She is a great mom to 3, a wonderful daughter, a wonderful sister, and a friend to many. She'll be 50 today. So we have that on good authority that all of that is true, and we know that to be true, and you just need to pat her on the back today and remind her that she is as good as gold. And have a happy 50th birthday from WCLU and a little taste of Texas. Thank you.
A message from the South Green Street Church of Christ.
What's keeping you from giving your life and your time to God? What's keeping you from being really the type of prayerful person you ought to be? Is it because you just feel empty? Maybe you're physically tired. Maybe you're stressed out. Maybe you're discouraged due to something that somebody else has said. Well, our obligation to pray, our obligation to come before God in worship does not change simply because we don't feel like it. Our approach to God is not tied to how we feel. In fact, it's the weak and the heavy laden, the burdened, who so desperately need to come before Jesus Christ. Do you feel just empty? That's the very time to come. This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
Thank you, Bart. Time for us to get going backwards. Put it in reverse. 100 years worth of reverse here. The Archives brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services.
When there's work to be done, you get to it. And Joseph A. Wade Incorporated is here to help. They repair and make hydraulic hoses and repair hydraulic cylinders. If there's a problem, the Joseph A. Wade hydraulic team will help you find a solution. They're also a distributor for Croyle products. Plus, black and orange nitrile gloves are back in stock. Locally owned and operated, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated. Here to help since 1985. Located in the curve of Industrial Drive in Glasgow.
All right, I got Sam Terry right here on the phone. Sam had a great weekend. I know it was a nice weekend here, and hopefully you had a good weekend, sir.
Yes, I did, and I hope you did too.
I did. It was a very nice weekend indeed. And we're going to go back 100 years to look at some of these other weekends around here that we've had over the last century or so. Thank you so much to the research of Sam Terry and of Gail Berry, and all the support and all the extra good stuff we have from Katie Reese and a growing number of volunteers. You ought to get involved in that group of special folks who do so much at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center. Today, 100 years ago, the news was about the famous Trig Dean Fish Pond near the Edmonton Road. It's been purchased by the state and it'll be maintained as a hatchery. For several years, these ponds have been the goal of Barron County anglers, but without avail. In water from a clear spring, the bass could be seen swimming about in great numbers. They lived there unmolested by the hundred, except when a fish car would come down and make shipment to another section of the state. The ponds are ideally located, well taken care of, and will make the state a splendid hatchery. So we were growing, in addition to all of our other ag interests, we were growing great fish here in 1922, Sam.
Exactly. That was quite a successful operation there.
I've never heard of a fish car before.
No, I haven't either. I had to sort of just imagine what that might be like.
That's right. Here comes the fish car, going to take some fish, deliver some fish. Anyway, that was 1922. 1932, 3 markers were unveiled on August the 7th here of 1932 over at the Moki Meeting House State Park near Tompkinsville in services under the auspices of the Edmund Rogers chapter of the DAR, according to Mrs. C.F. Terry, the regent. Program began at 10:30 with the usual recess for a basket dinner at noon. The markers dedicated include one to James Chisholm, unveiled by Mrs. E.L. Curley, a descendant, to Nathan Breed, unveiled by Bess Howard, a descendant, and to Hannah Boone, unveiled by Mrs. Terry. The services include a special music program arranged by Mrs. C.M. McGee of Burkesville and Mrs. Robert Vaughn of Glasgow. They know how to, even just to unveil some markers. It was a big deal with dinner on the ground in 1932, Sam.
Certainly did, and there are a number of those memorials at Old Moki Meeting House in the cemetery there, and a lot of people are sometimes confused and think that those Revolutionary War soldiers are actually buried there, but they are just memorials.
Memorialized, that's right.
And women in Hannah Boone Pennington's case, and she actually is buried there and lived in Monroe County to the end of her life. Daniel's sister.
So it's a great bit of history there for sure that you can see over at Old Moki. 1942, this week, Otis Chenoweth presented to Joe Richardson, the editor of the Glasgow Times, a stagecoach whip used by the late Pete Depp when he was the driver of Mammoth Cave City Coach. 2 coaches, the Concord and the Florida, were driven respectively by the late Jim Whitney of Park City, which was then known as Glasgow Junction. Mr. Depp also was the other driver. Now, Whitney's whip is now in the collection of Mr. John M. Nelson, a veteran cave guide and authority. Some big names in the cave world being brought up in that story there out of the Glasgow Republican in 1942.
Fascinating story. You know, we have a lot of mentions of things that people brought to Joe Richardson, the editor of the Glasgow Times. One wonders what happened to all of those things. It sounds like he had a museum of his own.
That's right. Here, you run the paper. You figure out what to do with this. And, probably a whole lot of interesting things were laid on his desk that way, don't you think?
I would think so.
1952 in the Glasgow Times, with the start of the polio season nearing, Glasgow JCs discussed ways of speeding the construction of their emergency wooden lung at the Tuesday night meeting. Committee member Randy Wilson said that the cabinet of the device would be completed in about a week. He added that only 2 items are still needed: a 1/3 horsepower motor with 1,725 RPM single-phase engine and an 80-to-1 gear reduction unit. That was sort of an APB for that little invention right there. He was,
very specific thing.
Right. Randy was my uncle, so I know how, he's quite an engineer, so they were designing that wooden lung during what they referred to here as, in 1952, as polio season. Now, see, polio was eradicated. I didn't know there was a polio season. Did you?
No, I didn't. I knew there were certain times of the year it seemed to take more people.
Yeah.
But what community service with the Glasgow JCs? The hospital didn't have an iron lung, but there was such a thing as a wooden lung, and these volunteers decided they could build one for this community. And later on, they also coordinated the building of an iron lung for use here in Glasgow.
Well, they had the specs, and they were moving forward with whatever they could do, and I think that says a lot for our community. 1962, Miss Lena Joy Stewart celebrated her 11th birthday with a party and a picnic at Gorin Park Saturday. Games were enjoyed with Vicki Simmons winning the prize. The guests included Ann Grinstead, Connie Tobin, Janice Carver, Gail Polson, Vicki Simmons, Cynthia Osbrooks, Sarah Wells, Susie Strode, Bonita Ritchie, and Nina Rutledge. Some excellent folks attending that 11th birthday party in 1962.
Sounds like a big time.
That's right. Folks were glad to go for sure. Speaking of 11th birthdays, in 1972, this was the day that Teddy Burke celebrated his 11th birthday with a cookout at the home of his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Buddy Burke. So I'm sure it was a great day for having a cookout and celebrating Teddy Burke's 11th birthday. 1982, an ad in the Glasgow Times about the Glasgow Marine midsummer clearance. Come out there and get a new 1981 Skeeter trailer, 90 horsepower Evinrude for $8,500. A Dynatrac 278 17-foot bass boat with a trailer for $5,645. Those sound like great prices, Sam. Located on 31E South, 31E Bypass, it's Glasgow Marine. And, of course, here in 82, it was lake season for sure.
It certainly was.
1992, the Glasgow High School varsity cheerleaders were attending a Universal Cheerleader Association summer camp, and they brought the team here. It says brought home many awards. Here's members of the team: Casey Goodman, Ashley Kingery, and Tara Wilson were named All-State cheerleaders at the UCA summer camp held at Tennessee Tech. You know, that was a life-changing event for a lot of youngsters, and glad that our locals did well at that one for sure.
Certainly.
2002, the Barron County Progress reports the Glasgow Housing Authority construction of a new administration building on Bunch Avenue is underway. And in 2012, the Progress reports that Subway, located in the IGA Express on Highway 90 East, held their ribbon cutting. The manager back there was Mr. Chris Holly, who spent a great deal of number of years there with the different things that Houghton's was involved in, including the subway out there at on Highway 90 East. Just a part of our history, you know. Some things are life-changing, sometimes are convenience things, but we're glad to report them to you in the archives today, Sam Terry.
It's always interesting.
It's neat how we get to where we are. It gives us a good view at where we're going to go the next time around. No baseball stories in the news today, was there?
Maybe if we wait around a little while, one will pop up.
Well, we had a couple of outdoor sports. We had the big fish hatchery with the car coming to visit, and then, of course, we had the bass boat advertised, too. So there's sports all around us. It's in the archives. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Henry.
Hope you have a good day, and we'll reconvene tomorrow. Who knows what the next item of discussion will be.
See you then.
We're on the air, brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle, a combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more, because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just four walls and four wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Call State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow at 270-651-3608.
When you look around Glasgow and Barron County, you see that South Central Bank's roots run deep. Having served generations of families and supported some of the most significant business growth in the region, we are proud to be a part of this community. For 50 years, our customers have received superior service from South Central Bank, and we remain committed to that. We continue to build relationships that are making an impact on the community we call home. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
In the WCLU Forecast Center today, first things first, we have a 30% chance of an afternoon shower. That's not the big deal. The high is going to be 90, but it's going to be clammy enough to feel like 101 degrees for the heat index this afternoon. Tonight, a 30% chance of thunder showers, a low of 71. Rain chance really ramps up Tuesday, 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms, a high of 87. Tuesday night, showers and thunderstorms, a low of 70. And Wednesday, showers and possibly a thunderstorm and a high of 82. The rain chance, by the way, is going to be 90% on Wednesday. Pressures at 30-11, 100% humidity, southeast winds at 3 miles an hour. 0.86 in the bucket rain gauge wise here, and we were one of the larger areas receiving larger amounts of precip when it came through, and it really did come through here in South Central Kentucky pretty hard there yesterday afternoon. 7:03 and 71 degrees, and the weather's brought to you by the good folks helping you take care of your money needs every day at South Central Bank.
Anderson Windows and Doors with Stormwatch protection. are designed to meet building codes for coastal locations from Maine to Miami, Gainesville to Galveston, and they're on guard even when no one is home. Andersen Windows and Doors with Storm Watch protection. The uglier the weather gets, the more beautiful they become.
See the full line of Andersen Windows and Doors at Glasgow Building Supply, 31E Bypass in Glasgow. Andersen Windows. Come home to Andersen.
Highland Pharmacy on Rogers Road in Glasgow has been a community favorite since 2012, and there's a reason for that. They consistently offer a wide range of customized services, quality care, and a commitment to you. Over-the-counter COVID tests are available and can be billed to most insurance carriers. You can also receive the COVID vaccine at Highland Pharmacy. Register at highland-pharmacy.com. That's highland-pharmacy.com. Highland Pharmacy, a community favorite since 2012.
Little Caesars presents delicious duos like bacon and eggs, spaghetti and meatballs, and of course peanut butter and jelly. Now, Little Caesars brings you a large, hot and ready slices and sticks. A delicious duo featuring 4 slices of pepperoni pizza, together with 8 tasty slices of Italian cheese sticks, plus crazy sauce for only $6. Little Caesars hot and ready slices and sticks is just $6. Available every day when you walk in between 4 and 8 at Little Caesars.
Pizza. At participating locations plus tax. Prices may vary.
651-9149 or 800-956-1023, the number to call to win a pizza from Little Caesars today. People really enjoy that pizza, and particularly when it's free, it just has a little special taste to it, doesn't it? All right, here we go with the question for today. I thought this would be kind of a neat question. You know, we have had in the last several weeks the opening of a really nice new bowling facility right off of Park Avenue, not Park City, right off of Park Avenue. Wonderful. They've really done a great job of revitalizing that whole facility right there, and folks are enjoying going out there. So I thought I'd ask a bowling question here today. In bowling, what does the term turkey refer to? All right. Are you smart about bowling? Well, then call up here and tell us what the term turkey refers to in the world of bowling. Hello, Trivia.
3 strikes in a row.
Well, that's right. Who is this speaking?
Chuck Houchins.
Chuck, how you doing?
Doing well.
3 strikes, you're out, or you could be in. Could be into the prizes right there. So you must be a bowler, Chuck.
Not a very good one.
Well, but that's why you keep going back, isn't it?
That's right.
You want to get better at that. It's true. 3 strikes, and 3 strikes is called a turkey in bowling. And according to the research here that I have, U.S. tournaments in the late 1800s or early 1900s, particularly around Thanksgiving, the term stuck around because what happened is that's the prize. If you got 3 strikes when you were bowling back in the late 1800s, you'd win a turkey, you know. Pretty nice little prize, you think, Chuck?
I like pizza better.
Yeah, well, but because there's a little less work to this pizza. But, anyway, the late 1800s, feed your family. You could be a bowler, a competitive bowler, saying, I'm going to get my Thanksgiving dinner at the bowling alley tonight by going down there and bowling 3 strikes and get a turkey. That's what, and so it's morphed into just the term for a bowler that bowls 3 strikes, he bowls a turkey. And you obviously are on your game, Chuck, and I appreciate that. Hang on, I'll get your address, and we'll send you the coupon for the pizza, but you're going to have to go out and knock down a few pins to get your turkey, I guess, okay?
That'll work. Thank you.
Okay, wait right there. I'll get your address. Okay, there he is, Chuck Houchins. It is indeed a turkey. 3 strikes is a call to turkey in bowling. We'll play tomorrow. See what you know. Thanks to Little Caesars.
For over 25 years, Window World has provided quality products for homeowners around the country. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they will never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable composite frame that will never rot. When it comes time to replace your windows or doors, trust Window World. Call 270-780-9600.
Simply the best for less. Window World.
When you or a loved one have been seriously injured in a wreck, it feels like you're losing control.
Bills are piling up. Your injuries may be preventing you from working. Don't leave your future in the hands of the insurance company.
They'll take advantage of you.
Call Hughes & Coleman today. We've been fighting to get our clients the most money possible for over 35 years.
Control starts with a call. Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600.
Principal office in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Services may be performed by others.
Everyone has the right to control their own future.
This is not the case if you've been seriously injured in a car wreck or a big truck wreck. The insurance company will take advantage of you.
We've recovered over $1 billion for our clients.
We're passionate about getting big dollar results for our clients.
Control starts with a call. Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600.
Principal office in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Services may be performed by others. Over $1 billion recovered for our clients in Kentucky and Tennessee.
Good morning from Forever Communications. WCLU Glasgow, W276VO Glasgow, WLLI Muffordville, WLYE Glasgow, W253BN Glasgow. Good morning live.
CBS News Brief. The Senate worked through the weekend to pass a massive economic and climate package. UVA political analyst Larry Sabato.
This is arguably the most important and the biggest bill that has passed during the entire Biden administration. The only thing that rivals it is the infrastructure bill, which was passed early on in President Biden's term.
The president heads to eastern Kentucky today to view the devastation from deadly, catastrophic flooding. Jennifer Ritchie, her boyfriend, and his mother survived after a rooftop rescue.
We're really sad because we lost everything that we built for the past 7 years.
4 Muslim men killed in 4 separate shootings in New Mexico. Now police are asking the public for help. CBS's Lilia Luciano.
The governor of New Mexico is calling them targeted killings and is sending more state law enforcement to Albuquerque. But until the killer or killers are caught, the local Albuquerque Muslim community continues staying in fear.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Get glowing for your wedding day and have picture-perfect skin with the help of the experts at R Plus Med Spa. They prioritize a tailored approach, starting with a complimentary bridal consultation to share any skin concerns you have as you prepare for your big day. This is also perfect for the mother of the bride, the groom, and your bridal party. R Plus Med Spa, 210 Shane Drive in Glasgow. Call 270-651-4SPA and schedule your complimentary bridal consultation today.
Good morning. It's Monday, August 8th, 71 degrees and 7:11. Looking outside today, looks pretty clear out there. Skies are a nice blue. The sun is coming up over the horizon already this morning. A 30% chance of showers as we progress through today. Looks like that chance of showers will linger tonight. We are looking at a high near 88 degrees today. Look at this. Tuesday and Wednesday, we are going to see rain, definitely. Looks like an 80% chance. But on the rest of that side of the week, we're looking toward Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even on Sunday. Looks like it's going to be sunny and clear. Highs not even topping 85 degrees. And those lows in the evening are really where we're looking at. Really feeling more like fall already this week. It's going to be about 64 degrees Thursday evening. By Saturday evening, we're looking at a low around 58 degrees. Gives you something to look forward to, at least a break from the heat that we've had recently. Well, the Glasgow City Council is slated to meet this evening at 7 o'clock. That is going to be via a video teleconference. It will be originating from City Hall, of course. They're going to be looking over just a couple of things. Their agenda really is quite short tonight. Looks like under unfinished business, they are going to have the second reading of a rezoning ordinance, and that's going to be taking a portion of property from low-density residential to medium-density residential, and that's going to be about 300 feet south of the Pebble Drive and Lexington Drive intersection and 460 feet north of the Robert Bishop and Lexington Drive intersection. It's about 15.6 acres, more or less, and again, they're going to be rezoning that from low-density to medium-density residential. Because it is the second reading this evening, that means if they do pass this, at the Glasgow City Council that will go into effect. Under new business is one resolution, and that's the authorization to dispose of surplus equipment from the Glasgow Parks and Recreation Department. Under announcements this evening, the council announces that the Glasgow Regional Landfill, it'll be closed this Saturday. And again, we've talked about that briefly. We'll remind you a little bit closer to time, but that's due to road improvements and asphalt paving that's going to be happening there along the portion of roadway leading to the regional landfill this Saturday, August 13th. And, of course, the household hazardous waste collection and free shredder day, that's coming up on Saturday, August 27th. They usually hold these once in the spring, once in the fall around that area. So Saturday, August 27th there at Beaver Trail Park from 9 until noon, they are going to be having that event. A list of those acceptable and unacceptable items can be found at the city's website and the city's Facebook page, and that will adjourn the meeting after that point. So again, a rather short agenda for the Glasgow City Council. The Glasgow School Board is set to meet this evening as well. That's at 6 o'clock, and that's going to be held there at the central office. It is a regular scheduled meeting. Of course, the school board's been meeting pretty often recently just because they've been going through the process of hiring a superintendent. Of course, if you remember, they did hire Dr. Chad Mullenkamp for that position. On their meeting agenda this evening, they do have several things to go over. One of those will be the South Green Elementary construction update, and that school construction is still continuing, so we'll be eager to hear what's happening with that. And they also have one action item, which is to ratify the superintendent contract for Dr. Chad Mullenkamp. Now, this one action item is among several of those action items included on the whole agenda. You can access that at ksb.org there at the portal, and you can find that information. Despite numerous challenges, Eastern Kentucky schools and advocacy groups are working to make the upcoming school year as normal as possible and get kids back into the classroom. More from Nadia Ramlagan.
Kentucky State Director for Save the Children, Alyssa Taylor, says school districts in the region have delayed the start of the academic year and are working to approve a new start date. She says schools are the focal point of many counties in Eastern Kentucky and adds that with some buildings destroyed, community hubs have disappeared too. She says her staff is working to ensure teachers have supplies.
And not only the structural rebuilds of schools and classrooms, but all of the materials that have accumulated over the years and teachers have poured their hard-earned money into to make a fun and engaging environment for kids.
The flooding has killed at least 37 people. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden are expected to visit communities in the region today, along with Governor Andy Beshear. Nadia Ramlagan reporting.
Thank you, Nadia. We'll discuss on the other side of this break the President and First Lady's trip to Kentucky today. We do want to mention to you happening from 9 to 2 today, it's an Empowering Female Athletes event, and that's going to be recognizing the 50th anniversary of Title IX's passage. Now, that whole day is planned at the Barron County Innovation Zone along Trojan Trail. They do have a slew of things they're going to be doing, including leadership talks, fundamental skill developments, mental health, and personal branding talks. They also will have a keynote speaker at their lunch. They'll also be going over some nutrition and safety and awareness type of things and a Q&A to lead that. Now, of course, who's going to be leading that? Well, that will be Family Court Judge Micah Pence and Assistant Commonwealth Attorney Risa Gardner. That's going to include folks from Glasgow High School, Barron County, and that includes some middle school as well, and Caverna Colonel. So all of those will be there in partnership with the Transylvania Pioneers. 7:17 and 71 degrees. It's WCLU. We'll be right back.
When you look around Glasgow and Barron County, you see that South Central Bank's roots run deep. Having served generations of families and supported some of the most significant business growth in the region, we are proud to be a part of this community. For 50 years, our customers have received superior service from South Central Bank, and we remain committed to that. We continue to build relationships that are making an impact on the community we call home. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Most people will hesitate before planning a funeral in advance.
The funeral? We'll arrange that when the time comes.
But there's a lot to be said for advance planning. For one thing, you have the peace of mind of knowing that your arrangements have all been made. You can consider the options when your mind is clear, and you'll have the relief of knowing that your loved one will be well cared for. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, a celebration of love.
People are shopping for vehicles this time of the year for a lot of different reasons. Might be back to school, might be back to vacation, might be to replace something that's wore out. Any way you look at it, you better be looking toward Hurt Auto Sales.
Matter of fact, we just got in a 2010 Ford truck, F-150, two-wheel drive, single cab, which is hard to find, only $9,900.
That's a truck for sure.
Got a 2012 GMC Yukon XL Denali, all-wheel drive, loaded with all the extras, $14,900.
Great price.
Got an 04 BMW 645 CI convertible, priced for only $14,900.
It's a looker for sure.
Got a 2016 Buick Encore, small SUV, great gas mileage, $16,900.
Those are cute little vehicles that can hold a whole lot, can't they?
That's right, and go a long way without filling up with gas.
When it goes to finding vehicles that people will consider to be a great catch, you bring them to the lot. They reel them in up there all the time.
Come on by and get hooked.
That's right. Hurt Auto Sales, 621 West Main Street.
No pain when you trade with Hurt.
Welcome back into WCLU Local News. It's 7:19, 71 degrees. Great to have you with us today. Looking ahead at the weather, a 30% chance of showers, maybe some thunderstorms, mainly this afternoon. Sunny with a high near 88 degrees. And we are trekking through all the way through the end of the week and looking toward those low temperatures in the evening time by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Really, it's going to feel more like those autumn evenings, looking at lows in the upper 50s by Saturday evening. We are looking at chance of showers on Tuesday and Wednesday, however, high near 82 degrees thereabout. So we'll continue to follow that, and we'll let you know how that shapes up. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden are planning to visit Kentucky today to meet with families who have suffered from historic flooding. At least 37 people have died after last month's deluge, and flooding remains a threat with more thunderstorms in the forecast this week. Biden previously visited Kentucky in December after a tornado whipped through the state, killing 77 people. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear and his wife Brittany will be joining Biden, who has increased federal assistance to the state to help its recovery. Dolly Parton is keeping a promise to visit West Virginia. Parton is scheduled to appear at the Clay Center for the Arts and Sciences in Charleston Tuesday to celebrate the state's full participation in her Imagination Library. The State Department of Education says Parton indicated she would visit the state once all 55 counties were active in the book gifting program. The program provides a book each month to enrolling preschool children at no cost to their families. Parton's appearance at the private event, it'll be broadcasted live on West Virginia Public Broadcasting. And finally today, Lott Aluminum Materials USA plans an aluminum foil manufacturing operation to serve the electric vehicle battery industry here in Kentucky, and it's expected to create 122 full-time jobs. Governor Andy Beshear's office says the company is investing $238.7 million in the plant in Hardin County. Lott Chemical announced a joint venture with Lott Aluminum to produce 36,000 tons of cathode foil used in electric vehicle batteries. Beshear's office says the plant will be the company's first aluminum foil facility here in the U.S., and it's expected to begin operation there in 2025. 721, 71 degrees. I'm Brennan Crane. Have a great Monday.
Picture another world, another dimension, one of space, one of time, one where chicken on made-from-scratch biscuits only costs $1. This place exists, and it's called the Hardee's app. So when you buy one hand-breaded chicken biscuit, you get another for just $1. Cluckbait! It's time to fall for some cluckbait. Bite into the hand-breaded chicken menu only at Hardee's. Feed your happy. Available for limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating restaurants, exclusively in the Hardee's app or website by registered My Rewards members. Tax not included. See app or website for additional terms and conditions.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
More eastern Kentucky counties are going to receive federal aid.
In a series of tweets, Governor Andy Beshear says the federal government will cover 100% of the cost of certain emergency services in eastern Kentucky for 30 days. A dozen counties are now getting individual help through FEMA. Breathitt, Clay, Floyd, Leslie, Letcher, Magoffin, Martin, Owsley, Perry, Pike, and Whitley counties. Renters and homeowners in those areas can now apply for help online at disasterassistance.gov or call 800-621-FEMA. I'm Jack Crumley.
Today, President Biden and the First Lady are going to be traveling to eastern Kentucky to survey the flood recovery situation. In November, Democrat Charles Booker is looking to unseat incumbent Republican Senator Rand Paul. Appearing on WKYT's Kentucky Newsmakers, the former state legislator was quick to call the recent Roe v. Wade decision by the U.S. Supreme Court a wake-up call.
This conversation has never actually been about abortion. It was always about control and weaponizing an issue, turning it into a wedge to drive people apart. Because if it were actually about protecting lives, we'd make sure everyone has quality health care. Kentucky has one of the highest maternal mortality rates. We'd be focused on that.
Booker believes the momentum caused by the Supreme Court decision is on his side for the upcoming election. Heavy rain is believed to have contributed to multiple crashes in the Davis County area over the weekend. The crashes happened near the bypass under the bridge to I-165. Deputies were headed to the scene of a wreck on Highway 603 Saturday and stopped to assist at the scene of another crash with injuries on the bypass. The crash involved a pickup that overturned, leading to life-threatening injuries for the driver. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
I grow corn and beans, and I raise cattle. What I do is good for people, good for Kentucky. And what I don't do is good for the environment. I don't let fertilizer, chemicals, manure, or good farmland run off into the creek. And you know what? Turns out that also makes me more productive and more efficient. If you're a farmer, develop an ag water quality plan. It's never been easier. Go to eec.ky.gov/agwater to find out how.
I'm a quiet nights at home kind of guy. The loudest thing in my house, my white noise machine. But one time a year, I feel the overwhelming need to rock and roll!
From horse shows to rides, games, food, concerts, exhibits, and more. This year's Kentucky State Fair has everything, so you can do your thing August 18th through 28th. Buy your tickets online and get free parking. Just go to KY State Fair.
The outdoors, you love it. On the road, the trail, in the water, or in your own backyard. You want the best of everything to help you get the job done better and faster. And out the door, off to your next adventure. Make it happen at the new locally owned KY Power Sports Outdoor and Marine of Glasgow. See John Dial to get your surroundings spectacular with power equipment from Skag, Gravely, Echo, Cub Cadet, Wright, and more. Mowers, weed eaters, and chainsaws. Even pressure washers from Vortex. Plus engine repair if you need it. And rock and mulch when you're ready to liven up your landscaping. To put your go into gear, get your own ATV or side-by-side UTV from KY Power Sports. And for those who know life is best enjoyed on the water, KY Power Sports Outdoor and Marine in Glasgow carries personal watercraft and power boats. When it comes to everything outdoors, see new owner John Dial and make it happen at the new locally owned KY Power Sports Outdoor and Marine, 402 South L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
726, 71 degrees. You're on the live and local 7 o'clock morning edition. Let's turn to local sports, a wrap-up of this weekend's big Weldon tennis tournament. The chairman of the Weldon committee, Terry Vanell, gives us the results.
Just an exciting time for the 94th WA Weldon tennis tournament. This year's singles champion, it was Jax Lancaster from Bowling Green. Jax will be going to Ball State in the fall, and I know he's really excited about that. Jax, he's worked really hard on his tennis game. This is the second time that Jax had played in the Weldon. He played in the Weldon 4 years ago. Didn't advance very far that year, but his game has improved quite a bit. Jack's grown up quite a bit. He's really worked on his tennis play, and obviously was rewarded Sunday afternoon by hosting the trophy, and just an all-around good player and nice guy as well. The runner-up to the tournament was a first-year player with us, Xavier Karma. Xavier is from Louisville, plays at Bellarmine. He'll be a sophomore at Bellarmine. Played really well. Nice guy as well, but his first time being in the Weldon, he had a great time, and we look forward to him coming back in the future. So we'd like to talk about the Jim Moody doubles clash. We'd like to talk about that play, and it was just outstanding as well. We had to take that finals indoors yesterday afternoon. The weather came up, and so we were very fortunate to be able to go indoors there at the Michael Buchanan facility. Our doubles winner, Jax, and his partner, Zach White. Zach is from Lexington, had been playing at Georgetown College, and now Zach is going to be at Eastern Kentucky University in the fall. But Zach and Jax were the winners of that Jim Moody's Doubles Classic. Really good match. Jack Goodman Sportsmanship Award, because this year's winner was Jared Toll from the University. Well, he's from Georgetown College. From Georgetown College. And again, just a real nice guy, somebody you want to be around, and somebody that's very helpful, and just a nice representation of the game, like Jack Goodman.
And it was a great weekend indeed, and thank you to all the sponsors who made the Weldon possible again this year. We'll have more information coming up about some other events associated with this year's Weldon coming up on the 23rd and the 25th of August, and we look forward to filling you in on that. The 94th Weldon Tennis Tournament. That's a check of local sports.
When you or a loved one have been seriously injured in a wreck, it feels like you're losing control.
Bills are piling up. Your injuries may be preventing you from working. Don't leave your future in the hands of the insurance company.
They'll take advantage of you.
Call Hughes & Coleman today. We've been fighting to get our clients the most money possible for over 35 years.
Control starts with a call. Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600.
Principal office in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Services may be performed by others.
Everyone has the right to control their own future.
This is not the case if you've been seriously injured in a car wreck or a big truck wreck. The insurance company will take advantage of you.
We've recovered over $1 billion for our clients.
We're passionate about getting big dollar results for our clients.
Control starts with a call. Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600.
Principal office in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Services may be performed by others. Over $1 billion recovered for our clients in Kentucky and Tennessee.
7:30, 71 degrees here, WCLU. We'll check the birthdays here coming up shortly, as we got a lot of special folks celebrating. But let's make it a special morning as we get ready for Banking on Business.
This is Melissa Carey, the new Vice President with the People's Bank. With life, we are met with daily challenges. Some are easy, while others may be more challenging. No matter the change, we at the People's Bank understand and want to help you. If you are looking for a change in banking, look no further. The People's Bank are experienced bankers ready to meet you with all of your financial needs. I look forward to serving my community. We are working for you. The People's Bank, working for you, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Terry Bennell with the People's Bank, and welcome to another segment of Banking on Business. This morning I'm with Anthony Mead at Modern Woodmen of America at 625 Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. Anthony, welcome to today's program.
Glad to be here, Terry.
Well, it's great to be in the office. I mean, it's nice and cool in here. To beat the heat outside, it's nice to be in the office, but it's really nice to be in the office to talk about Modern Woodmen.
Absolutely. Well, I always love to talk about Modern Woodmen.
Well, I've got a lot going on, I know. Now, how long have you been doing this?
This is my 12th year, almost to the end of it.
You're right.
We've been in this location for 10 years.
Okay.
I have a fantastic location here, right where we wanted to be.
Right.
We worked 2 years from home and out of our truck, put 30,000 miles on my truck the first year, but
covered a lot of territory, didn't you?
A lot of territory, but God blessed it. I loved what I was doing, and through People's Bank got a loan, and we bought a location. Didn't take me long to look at rent prices to decide quickly I was going to rent from myself.
Yeah, you go. You made a good investment. Now, a lot of products you offer. And I already talk about life insurance, we talk about annuities, I mean investments of all types.
Yes. We handle, obviously, we're a holistic financial planner.
Okay.
We look at the whole picture, life insurance coverage, investments, retirement. We handle 401ks, simple, SEPs. We don't want to just do the easiest thing that comes first.
Right.
We want to make sure we look at the entire picture and meet every need that a client has.
Right.
And we are certainly equipped to do that and have many different products and avenues in order to accomplish that.
Now, you work with individuals and you work with businesses as well, right?
Correct. We have picked up a number of 401ks in the last few years, do a lot of that, but our best favorite customer is always a family. We love doing business with families and providing their needs in financial planning.
Now you talk about the philosophy and the holistic approach about that. So there's financial planning that goes into that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We do a lot of estate planning, Terry.
Okay.
Businesses, farmers, lots of individuals may not even think they need to do estate planning.
Right.
If you own something and care about something, you probably need to do some estate planning.
That's good advice, yes. Yeah. Now, you're licensed, to do all this planning and sell the different products, right? You can just...
Yes, I'm actually licensed in Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee.
Okay.
Obviously, most of my clients are within a couple of counties,
Right.
but we don't. We're not afraid to drive, and with technology today, it's really easy to properly service accounts from here.
What's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
We are, I have a website, we have email, we have obviously my phone, everything, and my phone rings 24/7.
Okay.
I don't answer it on Sundays, but you can reach me at any time through those. I'm super easy to search on search engines, but and we are here almost every day and night. So
it's okay for people to drop in. Probably appointments better, of course.
Obviously, we welcome walk-ins at any time, but some of my appointments may last 2 to 3 hours. So obviously, appointments are better.
Right.
But if somebody wants to call, kind of just discuss, what do we do here? Understand what we can offer, and then go from there. Obviously, we welcome that.
Well, thank you for that.
Thank you.
We appreciate you watching and listening this morning to another segment of Banking on Business. I've been with Anthony Mott here at Modern Woodmen of America at 625 Happy Valley Road. If you want to talk about life insurance, you want to talk about retirement accounts, you want to talk about your finances, give Anthony a call. Come by and see him. But make the effort to come by and at least find out more about your finances and let someone help you like Anthony Mott. Again, Anthony, thanks for being on our program today.
Thank you, Terry. Enjoyed being here.
More than welcome.
Myatt on the radio here today. I'm writing down an anniversary as I'm saying other people's names, but I better get all this on here, make sure I can announce it right. I'm going to be doing the birthday lists and things of that nature just in a second. And, of course, Banking on Business brought to you by the good folks at the People's Bank.
Brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards and Private Caregiver Referral Services. When roles reverse in later years, when child becomes caretaker, when the needs of a parent become most important, it's comforting to know there is help along the way. Sometimes our elders just need a little company and companionship, and it's our duty to see that those needs are met, whether at home, assisted living, or a nursing home facility. Peggy and her network of compassionate caregivers are ready to meet you and your loved one's needs. Call 670-7062.
In the WCLU Forecast Center, first of all, I'm going to tell you we had a bunch of rain yesterday. If you were in that storm, you know how blustery it was. Pretty high winds, up to about 40 miles an hour, and the amount of rain we got in the bucket was 86 hundredths yesterday. Forecast is a 30% chance of an afternoon shower. The heat is going to be, you're going to be able to feel it today for sure. High of 90 with the heat index going up to 101. Tonight, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy, and a low of 71. Tuesday, an 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms, a high of 87. Tuesday night, showers and thunderstorms, a low of 70. And Wednesday, showers, maybe a thunderstorm, and a high up to 82 degrees. The rain chance Wednesday, 90%. Barometers at 30.11. Not much wind. Southeast at 3.73. WCLU weather brought to you by your friends located at Peggy Tuck Edwards Private Caregiver Referral Services. And they look forward to serving you. Give them a call today, 270-670-7062.
Andersen Windows and Doors with Stormwatch protection are designed to meet building codes for coastal locations from Maine to Miami, Gainesville to Galveston, and they're on guard even when no one is home. Andersen Windows and Doors with Stormwatch protection. The uglier the weather gets, the more beautiful they become.
See the full line of Andersen Windows and Doors at Glasgow Building Supply, 31E Bypass in Glasgow. Andersen Windows. Come home to Andersen.
I already had my associate degree, but I always knew that I wanted to earn my bachelor's. Indiana Tech made it possible, even while I was working a full-time job.
Indiana Tech has quality, affordable degree programs to advance your career and the personalized support that helps you succeed. We have in-demand programs in areas like business, healthcare, information technology, cybersecurity, engineering, criminal justice, and many more.
The online classes were great, and the professors were always there to help. And the connections I made along the way still influence and inspire me in my daily work. I'd tell anyone thinking about college to enroll at Indiana Tech today. I'm so glad I made the choice, and I'll be back to earn my master's too.
Take the next step towards your bright future. Learn more today how Indiana Tech helps busy working adults advance their careers at online.indianatech.edu.
Registration for the next class session ends August 19th.
Now let's get caught up on some birthdays and anniversaries here for today. We just learned about Sarah Bragg Asbury. Sarah Bragg Asbury has a birthday, and Nana and Danke called up to wish Sarah Bragg Asbury a happy birthday. Jacob Ford celebrates Ann Steenbergen. Jason Edwards. Macy McDaniel is 15. That's a wish from Mimi and Pa today for Macy McDaniel. Melissa Ward Williams. Bo Black. We've got Joan Hudspeth. Erica Browning Nesbitt. We sounded the 50 gong for Miss Erica last hour. We've got Ashley Wyatt, Chloe Furlong, who is 19 today, Betty Jo Myers, Cindy Hagan, Shara Page, Madeline Hale. Anniversaries number 7 for Tommy and Kayla Branham. And we've got Heather and Brian Pursley. That's Heather and Brian Pursley having a big wedding anniversary today. 651-9149, 800-956-1023, and online here from WCLUradio.com. Today, by special request, we are patting on the back this young lady having her 50th birthday. It is Debbie Browning Day here on the radio. Now, here is the narrative that was turned in with the request for being good as gold. It says that she is such a caring person, having worked in education for 27 years and so loved by her many students. She is a great mom to 3, a wonderful daughter, sister, and a friend to many. She is 50 today, and we got to pat her on the back. It's Debbie Browning Day. A reminder that she's good as gold, won't you? From her friends here at WCLU, and a little taste of Texas, y'all.
Highland Pharmacy on Rogers Road in Glasgow has been a community favorite since 2012, and there's a reason for that. They consistently offer a wide range of customized services, quality care, and a commitment to you. Over-the-counter COVID tests are available and can be billed to most insurance carriers. You can also receive the COVID vaccine at Highland Pharmacy. Register at highland-pharmacy.com. That's highland-pharmacy.com. Highland Pharmacy, a community favorite since 2012.
Here's Danny Wyatt from Refuge Church of Christ.
Good morning, friends. Well, it's almost football season again. Many people go out to watch their teams play, and they'll sit out in rainy and cold weather, join in a very large and a very noisy crowd. On top of all this, sometimes ticket prices, food, and other expenses for the games will be very high. How is it that some will drive a good distance to a football game, get there early so as to get a good seat, and yet can't get up and drive 5 or 10 miles to church and be there on time? How is it that there are those who sit through uncomfortable weather conditions at a football game, but won't go to church because the pews are too hard, the building's too hot, or it's too cold, or it's raining outside? How is it that many join in a screaming crowd of several hundred at a football game and claim to enjoy it, but won't go to church because they claim that crowds make them nervous? And besides, the church always asks for money. I guess some people just love football more than they love Jesus. This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Thank you, Danny. Always enjoy your wisdom here on the Live and Local Morning Show. Good morning, friends, as it is said. Wait a minute, that's the birthday theme. I don't want to play that. I just want to tell you about some things coming up here for today. The Barron County Flames Special Olympics team is hosting their USA Games celebration and summer party out at the Glasgow City Pool this Friday from 6 until 8 p.m., and food for the athletes will be provided invited. Parents and family can enjoy a meal for just $3. It's going to be a big celebration for the Barron County Flames Special Olympics team. That's Friday, 6 until 8. Coming up today, there's going to be a clothing giveaway at the Metcalfe County Elementary School Gymnasium through this Thursday from 8:30 until 2 p.m. each of those days. The Friday hours are 8:30 until noon. That's at Metcalfe Elementary School Gym. Mary Woodwelton Library is hosting Teen Trivia Night tonight, 6:30. Come out there. This month's trivia category is all things Disney. What about that? Teen Trivia. And you're invited to come out to the Cave City Convention Center Thursday through Saturday for the big Gospel Music Expo with live music and live ministry from 5 until 10 p.m. each of those evenings. So that certainly is something to look forward to. I'm going to give you a sneak peek about one more that's coming up. This is the South Central Kentucky Business Expo returning Thursday, the 18th of August. You got a week to put this on the calendar. It's from 9 until 5 on the 18th. You can join Barron Inc. for a day filled with professional development, B2B showcases, also networking opportunities. The keynote speaker is going to be John Garrett, the CFO of Dollar General. That ought to be a really interesting conversation for sure. That's coming up on the 18th of August at the Cave City Convention Center. Some wonderful opportunities. You don't want to miss a one.
Nurse practitioners Paula West and Haley Cavanaugh at the TJ Health Cave City Clinic offer experienced health care for all your family's needs, including family medicine care, pediatric care treating children starting at birth, along with cardiology services. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic across from Save-A-Lot is open Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Appointments are recommended. Walk-ins are accepted based on availability. For additional information, visit tjregionalhealth.org/Cave City. TJ Regional Health. Total local care. Spring is alive with warm sunshine, birds, and blooms. That means your ride is a wreck. Pollen and doo-doo damage to your paint job, to be exact. Look to Waterworks to protect your ride with affordable options for every budget. Sign up today and save money with Waterworks' monthly unlimited Splash Pass program. Good at all locations in Bowling Green and Glasgow. That's any Splash Pass Unlimited membership, including the $35 Splash Pass level of services with no limits. Unlimited means unlimited. And it all comes with complimentary towels, mat beater, window cleaner, and air purge. And it's not just money savings you get at Waterworks Express Wash in Glasgow. There's loads of perks for being a monthly Waterworks member. Their website or Facebook page has all the details you need. You won't find that level of sparkling clean and incredible perks anywhere else in the area. Spring in for the cleanest ride you can get at the new Waterworks Express Wash, now open in Glasgow at 1009 Happy Valley Road.
Waterworks!
Sounds clean to me.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
Spinning the globe, looking for tidbit news, all things that are interesting here that won't necessarily make the headlines, I guess is what I'm trying to say. James Coates, I know you're over there.
Hey.
I hear you rattling the papers over there.
Getting her done.
And then I also have, know that Brendan Crane is up in the newsroom. Where's his button? Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, all right.
There he is.
All the buttons are played here this morning.
3 different rooms, 3 different microphones.
That's right.
But you would never know.
No, that's right. You wouldn't know that. And we can't even tell if you're smiling or not, are you? I don't know. I can see James. James is smiling over there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. A couple of things here to, I thought I had, let me get my stories here arranged. I've been really busy this morning. Had the big wrap-up with Terry Bennell on the Weldon. That's a big deal. A lot of stuff going on there. But I'm going to go ahead and get the sad story out of the way here for the morning, okay?
All right.
This voice right here that you can't hear because I got the wrong button pushed. That's the sadder part. Here we go.
Hey there, Georgie girl, why do all the boys just pass you by? Could it be you just don't try, or is it the clothes you wear? You're always window shopping, but never stopping to buy.
That if you've been listening to this radio station at all for the last 30 years, you heard that song a bunch. That's Georgie Girl, The Seekers, the Australian group, The Seekers. Well, that lady singing Judith Durham died over the weekend.
Oh.
That's right. Universal Music Australia says Durham died at a hospital in Melbourne Friday from complications of lung disease. She was 79. She joined the Seekers in 1963. They were actually the first Australian band to hit it big in America with the song Georgie Girl. Of course, also one they had called I'll Never Find Another You. And Durham left the Seekers in 1968 but came back in 1990. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese called Durham a national treasure, an Australian icon. No question about that. And boy, she can sing, too.
Yeah.
And but anyway.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, that's right. She was 79.
Wow.
All right. And, those other three guys in the band with her, they just adored her. It's going to be there. There's a loss there for sure.
Yeah.
I thought I'd put the sad story on first.
That sounds like Brendan Crane kind of music.
That's right. What, Georgie Girl?
Yeah.
Never even heard it.
Yeah.
I've heard it, but I didn't know who did it.
Man, y'all are.
Hey, I was born in the late 60s, but really music grabbed me.
Born in the far western regions of nowhere land.
I was born when she left the Seekers.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So, a little out of my touch.
I was born when she was getting her umpteenth gray hair. I mean, I don't know how to put
umpteenth.
But, I mean, it is sad to see anybody go. And, again, just because I haven't heard the music doesn't devalue it, certainly.
Sounded fine to me.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Last week, we tried to get James a job tasting candy.
Yep, I prefer coffee or pizza, but I'll take candy.
I got another one for you, James.
Okay.
I've never heard anybody be that picky.
There's a mattress brand that's hiring for a position where sleeping on the job is not just accepted, it is mandatory. Does that sound better, James?
That sounds much better.
Casper was a New York-based company founded in 2014 is hiring Casper Sleepers to sleep for a living.
Goodness gracious.
Casper Sleepers will sleep in our stores in unexpected settings out in the world, according to the Casper job posting. Help wanted, $78,000 a year to come in there and work. Unfortunately, there will be some work required when employees are awake, it says. Namely, they'll have to create social media content sharing their experience as a professional sleeper.
Professional sleeper.
I want to see a little thing hanging on your little those little things you pin on your coat lapel.
Yeah.
James Coast, professional sleeper.
That is so not true right now.
The job application is open until August the 11th, says the listing. The ideal candidate should have, quote, an exceptional sleeping ability.
I think that James is probably not actually the candidate.
No.
He doesn't even sleep.
Along with a desire to sleep as much as possible.
I mean...
And, of course, the ability to sleep through anything.
I mean... His performance at work certainly doesn't add up to what it is at home.
Those are the three things. In addition to being paid, I think that's your wife calling in. I think, James, you want me to answer?
Grab it quick.
No. In addition to being paid to sleep, successful candidates will enjoy being able to wear pajamas to work. Limited free Casper products and the flexibility of a part-time schedule.
I don't think I would like that job because you couldn't drink coffee and sleep.
Aspiring sleepers are encouraged to show off their sleep skills.
Sleep skills?
On TikTok as part of their application, says Casper. Sounds kind of gimmicky to me.
How do you... like, on your resume or your cover letter, how...
Good at sleeping. You probably haven't written that on the resume before, have you?
No.
Here, I'm the man for the job. I do have a desire to sleep as much as possible. Using my exceptional sleeping ability, it says here.
You can say, look, I have no dark circles.
That's
I'm a
right.
professional sleeper at home.
Anyway, I don't know what they're going to do with that, but hey, Casper, the friendly ghost.
There's always a catch to those kind of jobs, though.
Yeah?
You know, like I was, this is really disgusting, really, and it kind of reminds me of this.
Right. That doesn't stop Brendan, though.
No,
disgusting. It's not been stopping.
No, but I saw something over the weekend where you could essentially earn quite a bit of money for sending in stool samples.
Okay.
And listen, this was legit, but when you
Is that what that stuff is out there in the outbox? Up in the lobby?
Must be. But here's the catch.
Little white box up
it's
there.
It's not just anyone. Apparently, you've got to like exercise at least 4 times a week.
Yeah.
You've got to be under a certain weight and all this.
Well,
And
I'm out.
So I mean, I'm just going to save it for you. You can go find the Twitter thread. The comments were hilarious.
I bet. What does it pay?
Up to $180,000 a year.
Okay, hey, that's better than eating candy, it sounds like.
Yeah.
What
Well,
it pays.
they go hand in hand, actually.
All
Yeah.
right, let's stop that.
Okay.
Well, let's do it here. How about a happy story?
Yeah, come on.
This lady's name is Velma Finger. She's known to her friends as Sally.
Velma Finger?
Velma Finger. She's worked as a manager at her housing complex until she was 100 years old.
That's impressive.
That hasn't slowed her down since she recently celebrated her 107th birthday with family and friends.
Goodness.
Wow.
Quote, some people dread old age, but I think it's what you make of it yourself, Miss Finger told KFVS over in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. On the day she was born in 1915, Miss Finger said her dad hopped on a horse to get to the doctor to deliver her. Woodrow Wilson was the president, and women couldn't yet vote.
Wow.
She's seen a lot of changes in the century plus that she's been alive, including widespread use of automobiles, electricity,
phones,
and computers. Miss Finger said she doesn't have any real secret to longevity, but she did say she ate a lot of vegetables with olive oil and peanuts, and she gave up meat for several years. She said she keeps her mind sharp by doing crossword puzzles and reading. She also credits exercise and her love of the game of golf, walking the course in fresh open air, for an incredibly long life. Looking back, she says she's most proud of her family. I'm proud of my granddaughter and my great-grandchildren. She says they're good kids. I feel that when I leave this world, I will leave it a better place for my children and my grandchildren.
That's great.
Can't beat that, is
No.
it? She's 107. She retired running the complex for old age people at 100.
Just be sure and call the fire department when you light the candles on that cake.
Yeah, but anyway, she certainly, what a great attitude. Yeah, I'm just glad I can leave something to this world. Well,
Yeah.
she's given a lot while here, for sure.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
Make a good movie.
And finally, one more quick sports story right here, just because I don't know, I threw this one in. You know, the Tampa Bay Rays they have 15 players on the injured list so far this season. And now their pitching coach, Kyle Snyder, is on the injured list, too. It seems like Coach Snyder injured himself walking out toward the mound to visit ace Shane McClanahan during the 7th inning of the 9-1 loss to Detroit on Saturday. Did you get this? Timeout. I'm going to come out here and talk to this guy, the pitcher who can't pitch very good, and the coach is injured on the way out to the mound.
How?
He pulled a calf muscle.
Oh, my goodness.
He pulled it, he strained it, and it popped. We haven't gotten the final injury report yet, but I had to
muscles
step
pop?
up. That's right. So the head coach had to go out there instead. McClanahan, who started the All-Star game for the American League, allowed 4 runs in 6 in the third innings and raised his ERA to 2.24. Anyway, Coach Snyder is a 6'8" former Major League pitcher. He's been with the Rays since 2018. Now by the way, their record has dropped to 57-50. But my goodness,
injury.
15 players on the injured. I keep saying endangered species list. 15 players on the injury list, and 1 pitching coach injured too.
Well, Brennan, he's medical minded. Do muscles pop?
Do they pop? I mean, I've heard of people, this sounds gruesome, but I actually had a gym teacher.
Not any more gruesome than mailing in stool.
Well,
true.
I had a gym teacher who claims he was bench pressing, and when he went up, he heard this, he described it like a Carhartt zipper, like a big thick zipper.
Yeah.
And when he went down, his whole pec just ripped.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So that's like a ripping, not really a popping, but I mean, let's just put it this way: your muscles essentially contract along these tracks, and so I guess it could pop. I mean,
I told you he's medical minded.
You've seen in cartoons like Popeye's
Oh
muscle.
yeah.
Yeah, you've seen in the cartoons Popeye's muscle moving.
That's
up.
right. That's why his muscles always popping on Brutus's face.
That's right.
Well, I pop a lot, but I don't think it's my muscles.
Right. I pop when I stand up.
And sit down.
That's right. Anyway, that's where we are in the way of tidbit news for today, y'all. We got muscles popping, and we got a nice lady who's having a positive effect on things. And
injured coaches. Oh, that's the same one.
It's only on Tidbit News. I can't quit, whatever I'm doing.
Are you sick and tired of that constant pain in your knees or your hips or your back, especially this time of the year? You need to be moving pain-free, right? Hey, it's Henry Royce for the team at QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is helping people here every day, giving them lasting pain relief using the latest advances in regenerative medicine. The science is simple. They concentrate your own body's healing agents and apply them to your aching joints, restoring and repairing damaged tissue with no drugs, no steroids, and no surgery. Listen, the old remedies for pain are not the only remedies. You need to learn more about how regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics can change your life. Make this the last summer you suffer from chronic pain. They've got clinics here and all over America. This is the exciting new natural way to deal with joint pain with no side effects and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 270-974-4500. That's 270-974-4500. 270-974-4500.
The Just Because deal. Hey, what's this?
Breakfast from Mickey D's.
From me?
Yep.
Why?
'Cause it's morning and you like McDonald's. Let's eat while it's hot.
There's a deal for every act of kindness at McDonald's.
Right now, get a sausage biscuit and hash browns pairing for just $2.50. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
All right, coming up next in the 8 o'clock hour here on WCLU, we want you to realize that James, the coach, is going to be hosting The Trader, and man, the lines have already been ringing. Folks have some hot deals. They're trying to get in early. Trying to get on the pregame show of The Trader here today, but that's going to start at 8 o'clock on Willie 94.1 and 102.3. And then we've got, of course, Brendan Crane in the newsroom. Brendan is going to have the 8 o'clock morning edition here on WCLU. So you got choices to make, but we kind of feel like it'll be a good choice either way. And don't forget, we're patting on the back Erica Browning Nesbitt on her 50th birthday. She's as good as gold today. Let's be sure to pat her on the back and remind her that she is as good as gold.
This is your home for Glasgow's best variety. WCLU Glasgow. W276DO Glasgow. WCLU.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Deborah Rodriguez. President Biden will be headed out on his first road trip since he was diagnosed with COVID a couple of weeks ago. He's planning to visit parts of Appalachia, where at least 37 people died in massive flooding. And there is more heavy rain on the way. Meteorologist Craig Allen with our affiliate WCBS.
Across the Ohio River Valley from lower Ohio right down through already hard-hit, devastated sections of eastern Kentucky and on into eastern Tennessee, sections of West Virginia, western Virginia, and western sections of North Carolina.
More extreme heat is expected from the Pacific Northwest to the Northeast. Democrats are hoping legislation just passed in the Senate will help bolster President Biden's approval ratings ahead of the midterm elections. Correspondent Ed O'Keefe is at the White House.
Polls won't give us a sense of whether this worked or not until about Labor Day. The top concern for voters remains the economy and inflation. None of this legislation provides any immediate relief for that.
The bill is aimed at tackling climate change and raising taxes on big corporations. 3 white men in Georgia will be sentenced again for chasing and murdering a black jogger.
Father and son Greg and Travis McMichael and their neighbor William Roddy Bryan face possible life sentences after a jury convicted them in February. Jurors concluded they targeted